So I came across this anime called Garo Crimson Moon. Apparently it's a series. There's Garo the animation and Garo the Vanishing Line. I just started watching Garo the Vanishing Line. 3 episodes in, I can already confidently say that Vanishing Line is way better than Crimson Moon. I still need to see the animation. The story takes place in Japan. There are these monsters called horrors. They prey on the negativity of people's souls, anger, greed, etc. To defeat these monsters, there are these knights called Makai Knights. In order for humans to access their Makai Knight power, they put their sword in the air, carve out a circle or an 8, which allows the armor to get through, so that they can transform. One of the Makai Knights in the show who is also the main character, is Raiko, who possesses the power of the Golden Knight's armor. He is also with a woman named Seimei. She is a Makai alchemist, and there is Kintaki, Raiku's attendant. As the show goes on, the 3 takes on horrors, each horror possessing a new victim and displaying a new terrifying ability. These horrors are like a evil supernatural version of COVID-19 or the flu. If there is any sign of negativity that's in your soul, a horror can possess you. That is if you give in or you let it. The show progresses along with the storyline. As a viewer, you feel as if you're taking steps forward as well. When you find out more about the character's background, why they are the way they are, example, you'll find out more about Raiku's past and his golden armor. The armor that was supposed to be passed down to his brother, Yorinobu, so that the police, known as the aristocrats, who are corrupt, could take possession of it. Wandering through the woods in his armor, which was covered in horrors, Seimei helps set him free and takes him in with Kintaki. She puts a seal on Zarubu, which is the ring that's on his finger, to keep him from using the armor at his own will. Raikou has a hard time controlling the armor. Until he's capable of controlling the armor, it will kill him. So that's why Seimei has the seal on him. Speaking of Seimei, Miss Smartass Seimei likes to tease Raikou and Kintaki, mostly Raikou. She can be selfish, she's terrified of butterflies, she finds enjoyment in finding artifacts that is basically junk. Seimei may act as if she doesn't care about anybody but herself, but for the most part, she has good intentions. She can be understanding of people's feelings in the show. It seems as if she puts on the seal so that Raikou can be her own personal knight. It's only to protect him. In order to keep that seal intact, it not only requires her to use her powers, but it requires her to use her life force as well. Seimei isn't her real name. It's Kiyome. She hates the name because her family. It's kind of hard to keep up with the show at times because of these confusing Japanese freaking names. But she was born with the ability to summon and destroy horrors. Her family was like, that's a no-no. They locked her little ass up in a cell. Seimei was not supposed to have the ability to destroy horrors. She was supposed to work for the aristocrats. Her grandfather feared that her abilities would bring more horrors to destroy her, but they were threatened by her abilities. Her grandfather feared that her abilities would bring more horrors to destroy her, and that's why they didn't want her to have her abilities. A bunch of horrors shows up, her mother absorbs all of the horrors, and her father helps her out in doing so. They both sacrifice themselves to save Seimei. Seimei leaves her family to destroy horrors to protect people. As for another Makai Knight that's in the show, Yasusuke, former member of the police, he has a brother who is part of the police force. His brother taught him the way of the sword. He develops a love for a criminal he was watching, who turned into a horror. Yasusuke turned his back on justice because of how the aristocrats were treating the people of the town. He becomes a thief, forms a gang, begins robbing the rich and giving the riches to the people who need them the most, who need help. He becomes the Silver Makai Knight, and I absolutely loved his armor. It had a Gundam Wing type of feel to it. Then there is the antagonist Ashiya Domon, who is the brother of Fujiwara no Mishinaga, who is a piece of shit. Mishinaga is the leader of the aristocrats and owner of the Light Palace. He wants the Golden Knight's power under his control. He doesn't really care about the people that he's supposed to protect. All he cares about is his palace. Anyway, back to Domon. He was casted away by his parents when he was a baby. I think it was because of the way he looked. He has a bunch of scars on his face. He teams up with the priest Doma, the man who trained Seimei and gave her that name. He also puts a curse on Seimei. The two try to bring the world darkness, more so Domon. He's more hell-bent on trying to destroy the world and bring it darkness. He ends up betraying Doma. Doma. I got confused so many times with these names throughout the show. Because he feels as if Doma's passion to bring darkness to the world isn't as great as Domon's is, doesn't really match his drive to bring darkness to the world. Domon's plan to rule the world is to revive this powerful horror known as Rudra. Through the Crimson Moon, he brings her back by using Seimei's body as a vessel. Then when that doesn't work, he uses himself as a vessel for Rudra. Basically, the story is about darkness versus light. My overall rating for the show is a 7 out of 10. Decent grade, but a high decent grade. The show's rating could have been a lot higher, probably a 9 out of 10, if the characters weren't so forgettable. I'll give the show credit for giving the characters good backgrounds, but I don't care about some of them. Seimei I liked more when she was being possessed by Rudra, but before that I just found her to be annoying. Raikou, and even though I liked his golden armor. Yasusuke, and even though I loved his silver armor, it was really cool. Who else? Kentaki, and it feels like as if he's just there sometimes. Like he's just that character that's just there. Out of the three, it felt as if the show would focus more on Raikou and Seimei whenever there was a moment. Then there is a weirdo, creepy fuck named Masamune, this old guy who is basically a sexual assault artist. Guys I care about were Seimei's grandfather and Domon, but everyone else was bleh. The dialogue between the characters is corny. Yes, this show has a cornball cringe factor to it. I am the light that will defeat the darkness. You will never extinguish this light because I believe in my friends and I will save everybody. You know, but but that's my only two big complaints of this show. The fights in this show are not bad. I came across this anime when I was on Mappa's website, checking out what animes that they have done over the years, and it's safe to say that any action anime that Mappa animates, I'm going to check it out because they are really consistent. I enjoyed every episode. Every episode didn't feel like a filler. The story kept taking steps forward, with each step to get to know something about a certain character. Garo Crimson Moon, I have mixed feelings. I didn't think it was a terrible show, but I don't think I would recommend this to somebody to watch. It's not something that I would take the time to immediately go back and rewatch. So please like and subscribe. I do anime content, AMVs, compilations, anything that's anime related that pops into my head. I'll post little random clips. So please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.